right, folks, happy Bluesday Tuesday to you. We're going to do a little more blues today. We got some more Allman Brothers for you. We got one called One Way Out. Got this cool riff. Okay, so let's check that out. We got A note here. We got 7th fret of the big string. We're going to hit this 10th fret of the B string. We're going to hit it twice, pull it off to that 8, and then hit this 9 on the G string. So we got... That's our first thing there. And then we're going to go back to this 10. So... Dum da da dum dee dee a dum, and then 2 notes each at the end there. So cool, fun little blues riff, and go right back into one. So let's try 2 in a row. 3, 4. So the second one has a little different ending. 8, 8, 9, 9. So 3, 4. Okay, so after like a couple sets of that, we're going to go down to this D. 7th fret of the G string to the 10 down here on the bottom. 10 to 8. 10 is on the lower string. So it's all the same type of pattern type stuff. It just has different frets and the different strings and stuff. And then we're back. And then we're going to start on this 9th fret. Then we're going to hit that D chord. So we did the 9th fret with the 12, 12 and 10. And then we hit the 7s on the top here, this D chord. We pause for a bit, then we start again on the A. Okay, and that'd be a whole progression. One thing we could do also is we could play like 7 chords on this and think about that groove. So it's kind of quick like that. 3 and 4 and. We got our A7. And then we're gonna go D7. Now we're going to go E7, D7, back to A7. Okay, so I basically have like a bum, bump, bump, bum, ba-da, bum, bump, bump, bum, ba-da. So I'm going like down, down, up, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, up, down, down, up. Okay, so it's 4 bars of the A7, and then we do 2 bars of the D7, and then we're back to the A7 for 2, and that gets us our first 8 bars of this 12-bar progression. Then we have an E7, open 1, open, open, to D7. That's the next 2 bars. That's the 9th and the 10th bar, and then we have 2 more bars of A7, and that gets us through a whole 12-bar blues progression. Okay, so think about our groove. So, you know, obviously you don't have to play it that fast, but that's kind of the groove we're going for. So if we think about that groove, 1 way out, 3 and 4 and 1 way out, baby. I just can't go out that door. That kind of a vibe, right? And then we're going D7, 1 way out. A7 to D7. Back to A7 twice. We'll start over again. One way out. Just can't go out that door. One way out. Turn around. Okay, and then remember your blues scale for A would be up here on this 5th fret. So you got like 5 and 7, but 7 is your root note, so it's kind of more important to start probably with that one. Another root note is down here, this little 5. We got 8, 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5. You also got that little flat 5th note in there. If you want to get extra bluesy, you also have. You can get into some major pentatonic notes. So really you have this 8, 7, 5, 8, 7, 5, 8, 7, 5. You can even go to that 6 there. Back to that one. So that gives you some notes for your blues. So we also have how we can come up here into this higher position. Get these 8s and 10s. 12. And if you want your flat 5th, your bluesy thing, 12, 11, 10, 8, 10, 8, 9, 8, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7. So let's have a little jam on that. How about you guys play some notes up in here, and I'll play that one way out progression again. 2, 3, 4. Okay, now I've got a similar kind of Allman Brothers vibey blues tune, Southbound it's called. So with this one, we are going to go, we're going to walk into a C7 chord. So a C7 chord could be done like this, 8, 9, and 8. We're going to walk in from the 6, 7, 6, chromatic, 1 fret at a time like that. So it's like, okay, so we're up in this C minor pentatonic now. So we have basically 8th fret is our position where we're doing our blues scale now. So what I did up here for the intro type thing is I got into that higher position of the C minor pentatonic. So it was like a. So I got that 13 on the 2nd string, and I have the 11s I'm working with. So similar blues type stuff. So you want to know where all your scale is up in here. Okay, so this one. Let's try that little walk-up thing. So it's like a D shape, but it's on the bigger strings. That becomes a 7, dominant 7 blues chord. So we'll come in after the 3. It'll be like 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. So that was a C7 we're into. We can get into a F7, 9 kind of funky bluesy chord, or we could get into like a. Try just to do like the 7, 8, and 6 and try to mute the bottom one. You could do the 8 on the bottom if you want, but it probably sounds better like 7, 8, and 6. Try to mute that one. That would be our second chord of the song, and then we'd be back to like our first chord, the C7. And then we would take it up for the turnaround. That's our G7. That'd be 9, 10, and 8. Take it down to the F7, back to the C7. Okay, so we'd start over 3, 4, C7. So we got 4 bars of that. We're going to switch to this one. And back. And then think about that one we just did, but up to. And then down to. Back to the first one. Okay, so I'm going to play that progression. How about you guys jam in this new key? 3, 4. One more time. Okay, and then there's a real cool riff. So let's take a look at that. We got the C note here, 2 of those, 2 of the 5th fret on the 2nd string. So we got 6, 7, 8, and then 5, 6, 7, 8 real fast on the bottom here. Okay, so we got that cool riff there. Then when we're done with that riff, we're going to take that up. We're going to take it up 5 frets up here. So we're going to go up to the 10th fret. Okay, that's the one that goes along with the F chord, the 4 chord of the song. And then we're back to the 1 chord. Now I bet y'all can guess where we're going next. Okay, so we're going to take that 4 chord up to 12th fret. That's our 5 chord. That's like our turnaround chord. Then we're back to the 4 chord, the F. And then we're back to the C twice. Okay, fun riff. Let's check that out again. Okay, so it'd be four of those. Then we're going to go to that 10th fret, F. Do that one twice. Back to C. And then we got our turnaround, 12th fret, G, to the F, to the C. All right, C7 chord there. All right, little Allman Brothers, little Bluesday Tuesday. Hope you all dug that. We'll talk to you soon. All right, welcome to Bluesday Tuesday. We're going to jam out on some blues. We got a minor key blues for you by Albert King called I'll Play the Blues for You. We're going to look at our G minor pentatonic scale to get started. So we got 6 and 3 in the bottom 2 strings, and we got 5, 3, and 5 and 3. That 5 right here is a root note, a G, and this is as well. We could also add that note to make it an official blues scale. That's called the flat fifth note. Okay, we also have where we can go up into higher positions. So I went 5 and then 3, 5, and you can take whatever finger. If you want to keep going, you might use this middle one so you can kind of reach these other notes. So we got 10, 8, 6 on the little string, and then we got 8, 6, 7 goes back to 5, 3, 5, 3, like that. So it's good to start getting those memorized. You can play the blues in different keys, and you can kind of remember how that scale connects and goes up the neck. Okay, so let's look at that song by Albert King, I'll Play the Blues for You. So it's kind of like a... So let's take a look at that strum pattern. It's kind of like it stops there when you do that second hit. Stop, da-da-dum-dum-dum. Sometimes you'll have like a bass and a chord kind of separate, you know. That could be like a bass and then a chord at the end there. So it's 1, 2, and a 3, and 4. 1, 2, and a 3, and 4. So the next chord of the song is going to be C minor. We're going to have 5, 5, 4, and 3. You could just go. And back to G. Or you could do these chords. And then go back to G. So those are the fancy chords in the tune there. That's a C minor. And then this next one is 5, 4, 4, 3. Now you could do that like this. But if you can get that knuckle, to get that finger to bend kind of like that, then you can get it right in one swoop and jump right to this next one, 5, 3, 4, 3. Now the next one we're going to go to 2 and 4 on those middle 2 strings. So C minor major 7, they call that one, C minor 7, and then C minor 6. Back to your G minor. So let me try to get into this thing and give you a little bit of the feel of how it sounds. So 3, 4. Do like 4 of these. And then the verse. If you're down and out, feel real hurt. Here comes a C minor. Come on over to the place where I work. And then we got a B flat, all your loneliness. B, I'll try to soothe. C minor then. I'll play the blues for you. And that's the cool classic Albert King riff there. So we're gonna look at all that again. We had a B flat, which was the 3s on the top 3 strings. And you could do a D wherever you want. I just took that same one up to 7s for a D. And then we're back to C minor. A couple times of that. And then you're back to the G minor. You could kind of strum that twice and then go. So that's a little 3, and then 6, 3 on the second. This is using that little flat 5th note. So 5 to 6 real quick. Pull off 5, 3, big 5, then 3, maybe a slight bend. And then you go to the 5 and the open. So. And then we start over 3, 4. Here's a verse. C minor. That B flat D, C minor, twice. I'll play the blues for you, riff. Okay, now we can get into a jam here. You guys can do some soloing. Okay, so I'll do some jamming too, and you guys do some jamming. How about I'll play the chords at the start, and then I'll do a little soloing and see if you can't keep the chord progression going when I do a solo. That's what you do when you jam with people, like two guitar players. You switch off who takes the rhythm and who takes the solo, and you go back and forth. You get ideas from the other guy and stuff and have fun. Nobody has to play the rhythm too much and not get to solo, right? So here we go. 3, 4. And that same scale sounds good over all these chords. Play the blues for you. And then it starts again. And if you want to just play the C minor, do it a couple times and back. B flat. You do a D7 sometimes too. You do a C minor 7. Back to G minor. Alright, that was nothing special, but that's what you do. You jam it, you pass it on back. Take it. Okay, let's look at that riff one more time. Okay, real slow. 3, 4. See, it kind of holds that one for a second before it hits those last ones. Slight bend. Get a little bluesy out of there. Okay, one more thing is when you're getting into later on in the song, we got you get to that C. So you can throw that riff in there before the B flat comes in too. And sometimes it goes from that C minor back to the D, like an extra time. All right, Albert King, I'll play the blues for you. Check that tune out. So now you can jam along with that tune too, and try to hit those riffs where he does. That's like one of the signature Albert King licks. All right, thanks for watching Damon's Baritone Uke Joint. Happy Bluesday Tuesday. We'll see you next Tuesday with more blues. And we got a new lesson coming every day, so keep an eye out. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Let me know if you have any requests. Let us know where you're watching from in the comments. We'll talk to you soon.